strength in the top five, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Ducks will get us started with the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Winton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So the Indiana Hoosiers offense has the ball first today. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free and they're going to destroy your game.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Fires to the big fella.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Hoosiers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So the Oregon Ducks offense will go to work for the first time today. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Washington. Quickly complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Ducks come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And the Ducks will call on their punt team. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He takes it at the 45. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They go to the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air. It's Washington. Quick strike complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across.
Tight end trying to get in. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that.
And the ball is loose on the return. Scooped up by the kicking team. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Wants to go up top on first down. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Back to pass, it's Washington. Caught.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. Finds a little space. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal blocking back.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. 2nd down coming up. He leaves it with his back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Fires to the tight end. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The RPO, it's complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Pickup of 15. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. First play of the period, 1st down here. To throw, it's Washington. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Trying to find the end zone. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. On the move. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Inside the 50. At the 30. And they get him on the ground. They get the turnover. They get a chunk of yards, and they are in business. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he makes the catch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3, now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. He'll go to the sneak. Sneaks it in.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And right down the middle. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck.
Oh, he wants it all. What a catch along the right sideline as he makes a huge play. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And here comes the offense on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Ducks line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation in the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They'll run the screen. At the 35, he's got room. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field.
He wants to go deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Ducks come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to run for it. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just
can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Ducks will punt this one away. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Sends it back in motion. Takes the easy one to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So now it's second and long.
42 Spider.
Wants to go up top. Punch it out of the air. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Shotgun snap on third down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Guys with the empty backfield on second and short, might they take a shot here? Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Washington. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Immediately fires to the middle. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Here comes the heat. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
Number 10.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Hoosiers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll leave it with him. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to...
Loose in the middle. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on... Trying to rumble in. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
The give to the left side. Strong run on a pickup of 5 out to the 15. The Hoosiers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to throw on third down. Sets up the screen. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's got it on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Looking downfield, it's Washington. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
He'll bring it out. It's Winton. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Oh, better look out! Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it past the marker. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Washington. Got the back over the middle.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Right on the money. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to set up the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Back to pass on second down. Finds his target down the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
On your game, fans, it's third down.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Back to throw, it's Washington. Into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Caught behind the line. It's Ortega. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. The Hoosiers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Line getting set on second down. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Pulls it in. It's Barnett. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And this is going to be incomplete on third. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Gives it on the option. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last.
Got enough space, and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? It hasn't always been pretty all season long, yet they've continually found ways to win each and every week. But today, in a day where they had to light the scoreboard up because the opposing offense came to play, their offense got it done. And as a result, they stay undefeated.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Winton. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. He'll pull it on the read. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. The Hoosiers Hoosiers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. And the Hoosiers will punt it away on fourth down.
Number 14, on to punt it away.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll start this drive from the 42. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left.
Timeout, Oregon.
From the gun, the running back has it. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously have